Okay. Um, I got it right this time. Okay. So, hey, how's it going, you guys? This is SpideyDicko64 back here once again with yet another Star Wars episode review. And in today's episode review, of course, we are here to talk about the fourth episode of Andor. So, with that being said in mind, let's get straight on into it. So, episode 4 is called Alman. I can't. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's called Aldami or something like that. But basically, in this episode, things only get exceptionally more and more interesting. Now, just to kind of talk about my overall thoughts on Andor so far, I'm really liking the series so far. I really am. You know, the first three episodes, for me, the problem, I think I already mentioned this in the previous video, but I was just super tired when those episodes came out, which we got to mention that basically it came out at midnight where I'm from, or where I'm at in the world, which is basically all the episodes drop basically 12 p.m. Pacific time. So I was really kind of tired when those first episodes drop. But yeah, man, I just really am just intrigued with the show, and this episode really did it has me excited for the next episodes to come. So to go over the plot really short right here. So basically, Cassian Andor, and Luthern, both exit Ferric, and go off to the planet Aldami. Please correct me if I said that wrong. But basically, though, Luthorn basically entrusts Cassian Andor on this mission. And this mission is being led by a small band of rebels, freedom fighters, locals to the planet. Basically, the Empire have a strong settling on this planet, and their plan is to rob rob the Imperial base there. And in the trailers, it's basically where that dam is in the trailer. I don't know if any of you remember that, but basically they're trying to rob an Imperial base for some supplies. And one thing I will mention is that throughout this whole entire episode, with Andor, with the Rebel fighters, and also with Mon Mothma and Luthorn as well, is that really the tension is rising when it comes to really the Empire figuring these guys out and all that sort of stuff. Like, you could just see the tension building, and all that sort of stuff. And hell, even for the small band of rebels, they don't even trust Cassian, because hell, they don't even know him, and they can't afford trusting this random ass guy that just shows up, out of nowhere. And, if I have to really think of the reason why Luthorn put Cassian on this mission in the first place, I have to really imagine that the reason why he did this was to, he said in, the episode that, hey, that guy right there, Clam, he's disposable. But no, Luthorn is really trying to get Cassian to, I guess, care a lot more about the cost, the costs of rebellion and whatnot, sort of have you. Though overall, for me, the biggest highlight for this episode, just for me, was the scenes on Coruscant. The scenes on Coruscant, man, it is really damn cool to see Coruscant back again. Now, of course, it did appear frequently in Kenobi, only for like a few scenes and all that sort of stuff. But no, we actually get to see Coruscant in the Imperial era Of course, we've seen it in of course, the Republic era, but now we are seeing it in the Imperial era. We get to see some stuff on the ISB. We see that one of the officers is wanting to look into the incident on Ferrix, thinking that the that that the stolen little box that Cassian stole could lead to a rebellion. Though the leading officer tells her that no, just leave it alone. You have your own sector and whatnot, sort of have you, and all that sort of stuff. And of course, biggest highlight for me, of course, and another big highlight for me was, of course, this is the first episode that Mon Mothma appears in. And so we get to see Luthorn, basically his sort of act, basically his disguise, and all that sort of stuff. He's basically this, how'd you say it? He definitely, the guy seems pretty wealthy for himself. Yeah, basically he just, basically sells, basically it's like a very expensive kind of pawn shop, I guess you could say. No, but in actuality, Luthorn and actually Mon Mothma are secretly planning with each other, and Mon Mothma is saying that just things are getting more intense. Like no one is, like everyone has eyes on her because because of course Mon Mothma is one of course, the senators that was speaking out against Palpatine. And actually, what's funny was that she was supposed to appear in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. There were specific scenes where Padme, Bail Organa, and then Mon Mothma were forming the segregation of 4,000 and all that sort of stuff. And I really have to advise you, I really have to say, watch the Revenge of the Sith deleted scenes, because I feel like that those scenes are becoming very important right here, right now, in what is going on in the Andor series. And how, also, also to mention that people are watching her, now she has to attend a freaking dinner with Sly Moore. Who, if you don't know who Sly Moore is, Sly Moore was that bald chick that was next besides Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith, when he's giving his whole big speech, the attempt of my life has left me scarred and deformed. I don't know if you remember that scene. Also, her species is Umbaran. Of course, if you remember the planet name Umbaran, that's from one of the best Clone Wars episodes ever. And so I'm very intrigued to see how that dinner is going to play out. And also, to kind of end off with two more things. And that is, of course, Luthorn's private collection. One of the standouts, one of the references that I noticed someone pointed this, okay. I had to look back and look at some of the references, but no, someone told me, and my cousin actually told me, that there's a helmet in the background that's actually Starkiller's armor. And if you don't know who Starkiller is, Starkiller, aka Galen Merrick, was Darth Vader's apprentice in the Legends continuity. And so his armor is canon. Which, I mean, okay, a lot of people just say Spidey. That doesn't mean anything. What does this have to do? But no, it's just the little details like that. It's just so damn cool. And honestly, dude, like, is Disney hinting something? Is Disney hinting at a Starkiller show? Or are they hinting that, hey, he's coming, or something like that? Or I don't know, it just could be a reference or something like that, or we're looking way too much into this. But hey, man, Starkiller is one of my favorite characters in the expanded universe. And hell, like, what's actually funny was that I really wanted to write him into a Star Wars stop motion story, but there's no Black Series Starkiller, at least not yet. Though, but yeah. And another thing too that I also did want to mention was was, and I forget the guy's name, but one of the Ferric officers, one of the police officers in the last basically episodes, the guy with the with his hair fixed and all that sort of stuff. Well, he was put onto administrator leave and basically went back to Coruscant. And it really is interesting. I'm really interested to see how this guy's story is going to, progress. Is he conflicted? Is he gonna side with the Empire? Could he become maybe a high-ranking Imperial by the end of the series, or could he join the Rebels? And all that sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely for next week's episode, I'm very intrigued to see how the dinner is going to play out. Maybe we'll see some of the Senate scenes. We'll probably see how that robbery is going to play out, or how the breaking into the Imperial base is going to work out. The show definitely just keeps on getting better and freaking better. So guys, there you have it. That's my overall review on Cassian Cassian Andor. Also, I remember I had this. This is really pretty cool, right here. Yeah, I made this custom made. I might have to make an Empire one later on, but basically though, guys, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? How would you rate it? For me, how would I rate it? I give it another solid 8 out of 10. A really good episode. And, well, man, I'm just really intrigued. Man, I'm glad Star Wars is back, baby. I'm glad it's back, man. Oh, man. But speaking of that other franchise on Disney Plus that's pumping out shows left and right, there are 2 more. Okay, so tonight, the next episode of She-Hulk comes out. And then there's 2 more. There's the Daredevil episode, which I'm really interested in seeing. And then there's also the last episode coming in 2 weeks' time. I think maybe it's the week before or 2 weeks before Halloween. But basically, though, guys, there will be a review on She-Hulk, the whole series. Though I will have to warn you, it's mainly going to be a rant video. But hey, I haven't been liking most of these Marvel shows anyway, or any of these Marvel projects. But anyways, though, guys, that's all I have to say for this video. And with that being said in mind, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. See you guys later, and stay safe.